boys and girls, welcome back to the kitchen. Now, as it's Mother's Day on Sunday, I'm going to show you a pudding that reminds me of my mum. Now, you can make this with your mum, for someone that's like a mum to you, your auntie, your big sister, anybody. Or you can make it for yourselves. And if you are a mum, then, you know, it's a no-brainer. Okay, like I said, this reminds me of my mum and is appropriately called Queen of Puddings. Right then chaps, here's what we're going to need. 570 millilitres of milk. We need 110 grams of white breadcrumbs. I'm using some old baguette I've got here. I'm going to put that in the whizzer to make breadcrumbs. Stale bread is fine, in fact, a little bit better. We need 130 grams of caster sugar, 3 eggs, which we will separate, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to want 175 grams of jam. You can choose which jam you want. I'm using strawberry. You can use raspberry, plum, whatever, whichever tickles your fancy. We need a rounded teaspoon of butter, and we need the zest of a lemon. We're also going to need a pie dish to make it in. This size is fine. It needs to be about 850 milliliter capacity, and we're going to butter that, and a hand whisk. Ta-da! Okay, first things first, we're going to turn the heat on. The pan, we're going to pour the milk in, and we're going to bring it to the boil. Okay, now that the milk is coming to the boil, we're going to take that off the heat. Turn that off. Oof. We're going to add the breadcrumbs. The zest of the lemon. "25 grams of the sugar, not all the sugar, just 25 grams of the sugar. Our butter. And our half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. In it goes. There we go. Right, we're going to stir this round and round. There we go, and we're going to leave that now for about 15 minutes for the breadcrumbs to swell. Okay, so while our breadcrumbs are swelling, we are going to turn on the oven to 180, and we're also going to butter our dish and separate our eggs like I showed you last time. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to add our yolks, very yellow, to the mixture. Give it a stir. Stir them in. Then we're going to pour this into our buttered dish. There we go. And then we're going to put this in the oven for about half an hour. Okay, so about 5 or 10 minutes before your pudding is due to come out of the oven, we're going to melt the jam over a low heat. So in it goes. Just wait for that to be melted and runny. Okay, I've taken the base of the pudding out of the oven, and you're going to make sure that it's set. It's pretty set to me. And now I am going to pour the jam mixture over the top and spread it over evenly. Okay, now we're ready for the fun part, the meringue. Okay, so to make our meringue, we're going to whisk the egg whites until they hold stiff peaks. Okay, once we get to this stage, now we're going to add the sugar a bit at a time, and we're going to whisk that into the mixture as well. Okay, now we're going to spoon this onto the base. I'm going to go around the edges first. Now spread it round to cover any gaps. Now, if you want to, you can do this with a piping bag. And we are going back in the oven for about 15 minutes. Oh, actually, first, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of caster sugar over the top. Just about a teaspoonful. There we go. Lovely job. In the oven it goes. Right then, everybody, the moment of truth. Oh, yes. Oh, the smell, it's divine. Oh. Look at that. Well, I'm having a bit of that right now. Okay, right then. You can eat the pudding hot or cold. It's delicious either way, but I couldn't wait, obviously, for mine. So, mine's hot out of the oven. So, a pudding for the queen in your life, whoever she may be. In my case, today, it's me. So, I'm going to put some cream on this, because that's how greedy I am. Oh, yeah. won't be disappointed.